Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Star Citizen Alpha 4.1 has a load of issues, and CIG have made a statement about the patch now. Beyond just trying to hotfix it, they have cancelled the free fly event. It is just the free fly portion of their event, but that's quite big because they are typically huge for marketing, those events. But let's talk about it in their statement that CIG have put out. Alpha 4.0.1, current issues and updates. This is from CIG's Xylo. Hi everyone, we wanted to take a moment to update you on the current experience and where our focus is as we work towards improving 4.0.1 and beyond. As we mentioned in the letter from the chairman in December, our top priority is playability, ensuring that your experience in the verse is as smooth and enjoyable as possible. That means dedicating all our resources to improving stability, addressing critical issues, and delivering meaningful quality of life updates. With that in mind, we've made the decision to forego the Red Festival free fly. This reinforces what we said in December: Star Citizen needs to work, and it needs to work well. Right now, our focus is continued on hotfixes and subsequent patches to bring the experience to a much better place. While there's no single patch that will instantly get us where we want to be, 4.0.1 was an important first step. It included a massive list of fixes, but some of the nasty issues impacting your experience remain. Below you'll find a list of some of our top priority issues currently being worked on. This isn't an exhaustive list. Many other issues are still being tackled in parallel, but we want to be transparent about where our efforts are focused in the short term. We'll continue to keep you updated through patch notes and additional update posts like this one as we have more to share. Overarching topics. Elevator in the room. We've rolled out a number of transit fixes, however, elevators and occasionally trams remain a major pain point in the overall experience. These issues can trap players in locations, preventing basic access to the game, which is why they remain one of our highest priorities in every patch cycle. The team has a bright spotlight on these issues right now and is actively working towards more reliable fixes for them. So this is a good point to say. CIG are actively focusing on a transit refactor as well, but I believe that greater transit refactor is going to be part of 4.1 or beyond, but this is more sort of addressing hot fixes to that in the shorter term. A better transit system and a sort of transit refactor was originally going to be part of 4.0, but it got pushed because it just wasn't ready. It is a lot of work for them to do because they basically have to make it so that it is fixed and working with server meshing really well and robust for the future. It ain't there yet, and it shows. Hangar woes. Since the implementation of instanced hangars, there have been a variety of problems with the reliability and playability of this system, from hangar lifts that clip and damage players' ships, to not storing ships properly after arrival, get stuck in unknown or destroyed states. Doors not opening and closing correctly, losing your personal hangar completely and overlapping with another player's both physically and audibly. Load times and initial load. With 4.0.0, load times have increased, especially when loading into Pyro, combined with ongoing login issues. This has resulted in players spending extended periods of time on loading screens with low confidence of getting into the game. Mission issues. The mission system underwent a refactor in 4.0, temporarily reducing the number of available missions. However, we are still seeing familiar issues, including AI not spawning at mission locations, both ship and FPS AI, mission sharing and reputation inconsistencies, concerns about time versus reward balance, especially for group play, quantum travel and star map. So quantum travel continues to experience frequent disruptions, including repeated starts and stops, forcing players to retry jumps multiple times. This is one of the most annoying issues that people are facing, and I'm facing. So I say people, this is one that affects me the most, alongside our ongoing issues where fuel states don't always sync properly between server meshes. These are areas we are actively investigating to reduce frustration and improve reliability. LTP and keep what you earn. So this is long-term persistence. The system has become unreliable, with frequent reports of lost items, ships and money. While each case is investigated individually, underlying loopholes and complexities impact overall reliability. Since this pertains to progression and respecting player time, it's a critical issue and top priority. Additional fixes. As mentioned above, this is not an exhaustive list. Many other bugs are being addressed and investigated in parallel. A few include minables taking too long to fully load in, invulnerable players and AI, freight elevators at outposts becoming stuck and impeding missions, collision issues where players may clip through a ship, the floor, etc., power allocation issues, setting power to 0 or off randomly, inability to equip some components discovered in contested zones, and more. The Issue Council and your contributions to the Issue Council have been incredibly helpful so far. Keep it coming. Sharing your experiences, especially with clear evidence, clips, examples, and reproduction steps when possible, greatly helps our team in investigating and reviewing issues. Keep a close eye on Spectrum for upcoming hotfixes and updates. We're actively tracking incoming hotfixes. Further to this, next Thursday, the 6th of February, on a special 2-hour Star Citizen Live, Jared Huckabee will be joined by CTO Benoit Beauséjour to go deeper into these issues covered, what's causing them, what's being done, and how our feature and stability plans for 2025 will build over the year to restore the functionality and quality of life to the persistent universe that we all want. As always, thank you for your support and participation, both in-game and out of game. We couldn't do this without you. So they also said they would actively be talking about the transitory factor in Star Citizen Live, but also the Red Festival and all the other stuff that's going on is still going on. That's going to be effectively unaffected, but it's the free fly portion of that has been pushed. Well, CIG said foregone, so they literally just gone, no, not pushed, which was just not doing it this time. The 4.0.1 is not appropriate for new players to try. It's a bit overly broken. We need to get this in order before we do anything like that. This is a big shame for Star Citizen because 4.0.1 had so much promise with it. Like, it has so many bug fixes in it. It just doesn't address some of the major issues. It introduces a couple more, and when you are having an experience with the sort of 4.0 cycle of patches, 4.0.1 in this case, that prevents you from playing the game, accessing the game, moving around the universe, things like that. It is so frustrating. It is steps backwards into the game's development, it feels. Now, obviously that's not the case. They are pushing towards a sort of 1.0 version of the game, and these bugs are fixable. It's just some of the stuff requires longer in the oven with the transit refactor and that sort of stuff. Now, should 4.0 have actually been released at the end of the last year? Maybe, but it probably should still be in the preview build. And this 4.0.1 update needed a little bit longer in the oven to, I say a little bit longer, maybe a month longer, to get those really sort of annoying issues out the way. But it's possible that they wouldn't have been able to get them out the way without pushing it to live and getting more people actually playing it to get more data. Star Citizen's players act like voluntary QA personnel, even with those live builds. 4.0.1 has disappointed a load of players and content creators who wanted to jump in and have a much more seamless experience, but unfortunately there are seams in that patch. CIG are fixing it. I do trust them to fix it. Takes some time, quite genuinely. With each of the hotfix patches they are deploying, and they are deploying them pretty regularly, they are fixing more and more stuff, making the game more and more accessible, and you should notice throughout next week it getting more and more playable, and I'm hoping that they'll fix the issues on that list, those overarching topics. It's good that CIG have addressed this though, quite genuinely, and that they're doing that big 2-hour special Star Citizen Live, because it is important that they address this. A lot of big content creators, a lot of players, a lot of people that have given CIG a lot of sort of leeway are annoyed. They're stressed. They want to play Star Citizen and they are unable to. I seem to be on the better end of this when playing, for the most part. I mean, when I play later this week, I might have a problem. And also, these sort of issues have not been affecting me as much because I recently had a power cut. I've been super busy with a load of other stuff, so I have not played 4.0.1 a huge amount. But if you are playing this daily live on stream, I suspect this is going to interrupt your playing of whatever you want to do, because there's going to be a bug that you encounter every hour or so or maybe much more regularly, that just stops you doing what you want to do. Sometimes literally preventing you from playing the game, leaving your hangar, stuff like that. So those sort of problems, awful. And I'm interested to know how you've been impacted by 4.0.1's sort of release to live and the phasing out of 3.24.3 and 4.0 preview. Has it been significantly better experience, significantly worse? What about with them putting those hot fixes in? Are you taking a break from Star Citizen until all this is fixed? Have you lost some trust with CIG, or are you like, no, actually this is expected from an alpha, they are moving forward? Unfortunately, stuff like this does happen during the alpha. It wouldn't be appropriate if they had released version 1.0, and maybe it's not appropriate now, but it's at least understandable. Whatever your thoughts or questions, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. It is February now, so we've got a new ship giveaway. We're giving away a Misk Fortune with some of the Red Festival paints, also lifetime insurance and a gameplay package, so all you need to play Star Citizen and enjoy that solo salvager. Just comment on any of my videos made during February to be in for a chance of winning that. We'll announce the winner of January's giveaway during this week. Also, Tobii eye trackers, they're on sale at the moment. Go check out my links below if you want to grab one of those for some high precision native head and eye tracking for Star Citizen and some other games. Also, NordVPN, best darn VPN that I ever did advertise on the channel. Or click the links below. Go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Either of those, that works. Also, like, share, subscribe, use the join button, comment on my videos, all that sort of stuff. It helps. Thank you so much for watching. Tell us what you think in the comments below.